I'm Tim Cockrell and I'm a senior lecturer in natural history at the University of South Wales in the UK. And I'm here at EcoTraining's camps in Southern Africa with a group of undergraduates and MSc students from our university. We're studying natural history and wildlife and conservation management. Natural history is essentially the study of living things and the environments in which they live. At its very heart, natural history has those very traditional skills of observing and documenting the living things that surround us. We brought two groups of students to EcoTraining's camps in Southern Africa. The first group is our undergraduate students, the natural history degree. For many of these students, this is the first time that they've been to an environment like this. It's the first time for some of them that they've even been out of the country. The second group that we brought out here is a group of master students, postgraduate students. So they've already done a degree in biology or zoology or ecology. And these students are studying wildlife and conservation. So with these students, we can go to that finer level of detail, learning the scientific names of the plants and learning about the complex interrelationships between plants and animals. They've also been learning the scientific side of things, so we've been doing some ecological experiments while we've been out here. We've set camera traps and we've been setting pitfall traps to really dissect those ecosystems into the tiny intricate parts that make them up. For the postgraduate students, this really is a bridge between that first level of undergraduate study and their further career. So some of them might be going on to do PhDs and to become scientists, whereas some of them might be going on to work in conservation or maybe even to be game rangers. And it's the expertise of EcoTraining's instructors really that allows us to do that, but also the access to these phenomenal habitats. And without that access, well, we just wouldn't be able to study those things in the detail that we require. We've had an amazing experience at both the camps that we've stayed at, the Mashatu camp in Botswana and the Makuleke camp in the Kruger Park in South Africa. For me, Mashatu is an example of that stereotypical African savanna with lions wandering around, and you can see huge herds of elephants you can get very, very close to. The Makuleke camp is very, very different. The vegetation is thicker, it's a much greener area. But this is where we can really get into the depth and detail of the kind of things that we want to study. Natural history as a discipline really focuses on those traditional skills of observing and documenting natural environments, spending time in the field and learning about how to open your eyes and how to see the things that are around you. And this is where EcoTraining's guides, their expertise and of course their camps themselves really come into their own. There are very few organisations and very few places in the world that I could think of where you can spend time with real experts in the natural history of these incredible environments, these very unique environments. There's a reason that we keep coming back to EcoTraining's camps. It's that combination of really experienced guides that give us access and their expertise in these really unique habitats that cause our students to say actually that for them it's always consistently rated as one of the best things that they do across the whole of their degree. And for many of our students it's a completely life-changing experience. For me, I've been to this kind of habitat before and I've been to these specific places before, and they're really areas that just keep giving and giving. Every time I go out in the field here, well, I see something that I've never seen before. So for me, it's delivered again and again and again. For my students, well, I think it's delivered what they expected and more actually, because they've seen the things that they expected to see and they've done the things that they expected to do, but I think they don't really realise the value of the experience of spending a couple of weeks in this kind of habitat, of just how it can change them as a person and just how much they can gather just from spending a couple of weeks here. So I can't wait to come back next year.